So welcome again to the next topic, which is direct product of rings. So from your high school level, you are familiar with Cartesian product of sets. So if you know how it goes, then it will be very easy for you to understand direct product as well. Let R1 and R2 be two rings, then R1 cross R2 equal to the set of order pairs AB, A in R1 and B in R2. This is the direct product of rings R1 and R2. In this set, we define addition and multiplication component wise, that is point wise. Actually, you want to see what algebraic structure does this direct product holds for this direct product. So in this we define addition and multiplication component wise, that is for any A1 B1 A2 B2 in R1 cross R2, A1 B1 plus A2 B2 equal to A1 plus A2 B1 plus B2, and A1 B1 dot A2 B2 equal to A1 A2 B1 B2. With these operations, we see that this set R1 cross R2, the direct product of rings R1 and R2, it becomes a ring. Of course, zero element will be 0 0 0 0 R1 0 R2. So zero element will be 0 0. So this will be zero element of R1, this will be zero element of R2, and this will be zero element, and the rest of the things, that is R1 cross R2 is an additive abelian group, R1 cross R2 is a semi-group, and distributive laws hold. This is very easy calculation, and with these we see that it becomes a ring. In general case, now suppose we have R1, R2, Rn, n rings, then the direct product is the set of n tuples A1, A2, An, Ai in Ri, again with respect to same addition and multiplication defined as above. This becomes a ring. And now we take direct product of ideals. Let R be a ring and Ij, j from 1 to n, be ideals of R. Then product Ij is an ideal of R and is called the direct product of ideals Ij, 1 less or equal to j less or equal to n. For example, now here suppose we take two ideals, I1 and I2, then I1 cross I2 is AB, A in I1, B in I2. Now I1 cross I2 is a ring, every ideal is a ring, and since we already know that direct product of rings is a ring, here we have to show that I1 cross I2 is an ideal as well. Now we take an element in I1 cross I2 and an element in R, then A, B, R will be equal to AR, B. We define like this, AR, BR, and this is in I1 cross I2, because AR is in I1, BR is in I2, since I1 and I2 are ideals. So AR, BR in, so I1 cross I2 is a right ideal. Similarly, when we write RAB, RAB, again we'll get that this belongs to I1 cross I2. So I1 cross I2 is an ideal. So if Ij are right ideals, then their direct product is a right ideal. If Ij are left ideals, then their direct product is a left ideal. And in case they are two-sided ideals, then their direct product is a two-sided ideal. These are the basic notions which you require in the forthcoming chapters. Similarly, when we take now direct sums, there are certain authors, or you may find in some books as well, as direct sum of rings, but that should be avoided in the sense that suppose we have R1 and R2 are two rings, then some define that R1 direct sum R2 like this. It is again A plus B, and they treat this as direct product. Some authors and in some books as well as, but this should be avoided. When we take the class, I will discuss with you why we should avoid this, because here in this thing, homomorphism is not the facts of homomorphism are not preserved. That is why when we talk about direct sum, we don't consider rings, but we consider ideals. So this we'll be discussing later when we have when we discuss when you are say in a Zoom meeting or some Google Meet meeting. Then we'll be discussing. I will make it clear why we should not write direct sum of rings. So coming to direct sum, let R be a ring and Ij1 lesser equal to j lesser equal to n. Right ideals or left ideals are two-sided ideals of R. Then sum of Ij from 1 to n equal to I1 plus I2 plus In, which is equal to I1 A1 plus A2 plus so on An, where Aj in Ij. Now this summation Ij, sum of these ideals, is an ideal of R. It is often the smallest ideal containing Ij's. So this is an ideal. For example, we take two ideals, I plus J are two right ideals of a ring. Then I plus J is again a right ideal. So I plus J is this, A plus B, where A is in I and B is in J. I plus J is a ring, of course. And now we want to say if A plus B is in I plus J and R in R, then A plus B R is equal to AR plus BR, and AR is in I and BR is in J. So this belongs to I plus J, so this is the right ideal. So this is sum of ideals. So sum of ideals is an ideal. Sum of right ideals is a right ideal. Sum of left ideals is a left ideal. Sum of two-sided ideals is a two-sided. This we are taking finite sum. This should be in your mind. Now we define direct sum. Let T equal to summation Ij of ideals, right, left, or two-sided in a ring R. Then this T is called a direct sum of each if direct sum. If each x in T can be uniquely expressed in the form x equal to summation Aj in Ij, in such a situation we write T equal to I1 direct sum I2 direct sum so on direct sum In. So if this representation is unique, then this summation is known as direct sum of ideals. As as I had just told you that we are till we were discussing about finite products and finite sums. Now we talk about infinite. Let Ri, I and elif not be f infinite collection of rings. So it's an index set, so it need not be finite. P equal to product Ri, I in index set. So it is again, now here you can't write R1, R2, just index, and we don't know which one is the first and which is second. So Ri is again the tuple is called the direct product, and summation Ri, again Ri, and in summation we have Ri equal to 0 for all but finitely many I. So only finitely many I are non-zero, rest of the terms are 0, and this is called direct sum. And here P and S both are rings, and direct sum is always a subring of direct product. P and S are rings, S, that is sum, direct sum, is a subring of direct product with equality if and only if it is finite. So if these are set is finite, then direct product is same as direct sum. So this you should know, and you should study the books as well, so you can have certain books, for example, one is McCoy, and is ring theory. Ring theory by McCoy and McCoy, and you can have some idea from rings and modules. By Misili. So you can and some more books as well as, but you should read some chapters from these books related to direct sums and direct products.